Imagine standing on the edge of a world where your thoughts shape your destiny. Think and Grow Rich isn't just a book about money, it's a guide to transforming your mind and your life. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years studying the lives of the most successful people in history, from Andrew Carnegie to Henry Ford, to discover the one common factor that led them to extraordinary achievement: the power of thought. The journey begins with a simple but revolutionary idea: desire. Not just a wish or a fleeting want, but a burning, all-consuming desire to achieve something specific. Hill emphasizes that wealth starts in the mind. If you want riches, you must first define exactly what you want and commit to it with unwavering intensity. He shares the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man who dreamed not just of working with Thomas Edison, but becoming Edison's business partner. Barnes didn't start with money or influence, only with a definite purpose and relentless desire. And eventually, that desire turned into reality. But desire alone isn't enough. Hill introduces the concept of faith, a deep belief in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. He explains that faith is more than optimism. It's a mental state that transforms thoughts into reality. By repeating affirmations and visualizing your goals daily, you condition your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles. The mind, according to Hill, becomes a fertile ground where the seeds of success are planted, and faith is the sunlight that helps them grow. Next comes autosuggestion, a technique for influencing your subconscious mind. Hill teaches that every thought you repeatedly dwell upon eventually shapes your beliefs and actions. He encourages listeners to speak their goals aloud, write them down, and meditate on them until they become part of their very being. This is not wishful thinking. It is mental discipline, training your subconscious to align with your conscious ambitions. Once your mind is tuned, Hill moves to specialized knowledge. Success rarely comes from general knowledge alone. You need expertise that sets you apart, knowledge that you can apply strategically. Hill points out that knowledge itself is power only when organized and directed toward a definite purpose. He shares the stories of inventors, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders who leverage specialized knowledge to achieve results far beyond what their contemporaries imagined. But even with desire, faith, autosuggestion, and knowledge, you are not yet guaranteed success. Hill stresses the importance of imagination, the workshop of the mind, where ideas take shape. Ideas alone are not enough. They must be molded by creativity into actionable plans. He distinguishes between two types of imagination: synthetic imagination, which recombines old concepts into new ideas, and creative imagination, where inspiration seems to flow from a higher source. Every great achievement begins with a vision that springs from imagination and is fueled by persistence. And persistence is the engine that keeps the journey moving. Hill reminds us that most people fail because they give up too soon. Every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. Persistence transforms failure into a stepping stone, turning temporary defeats into the raw material of ultimate success. Hill also introduces the mastermind principle, the idea that you are the sum of the people you surround yourself with. By creating alliances with like-minded, motivated individuals, you amplify your power and resources. Collaboration, guidance, and shared vision become force multipliers on the path to wealth. One thing is clear: achieving success is not a matter of luck. It is a process, a formula that begins in the mind, fueled by desire, honed with knowledge, sustained by persistence, and amplified through alliances. Think and Grow Rich invites you to take control of your thoughts, focus on your goals, and tap into an inner reservoir of power that most people never even realize they possess. Now that you understand the power of desire, faith, and imagination, Hill guides us into the practical steps that transform dreams into reality. He doesn't just leave you inspired, he gives a clear, actionable blueprint. The journey from thought to wealth involves 6 concrete steps that anyone can follow. Step 1. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. Hill emphasizes clarity. A vague wish, like "I want to be rich," isn't enough. Success demands specificity. Decide exactly how much you want, no matter how audacious, and write it down. This isn't just writing, it's a commitment. Your mind responds to clarity, and your subconscious begins to align itself with your goal. Step 2. Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money. Nothing comes for free. Hill stresses reciprocity. Wealth is earned through value. Are you providing a product, a service, or a skill that solves a problem? This step ensures your desires are grounded in action, not fantasy. Every millionaire Hill studied had a clear understanding of what they could contribute to others in exchange for wealth. Step 3. Establish a definite date by which you intend to acquire the money. A goal without a deadline is like a ship without a rudder. By setting a timeline, you inject urgency into your actions. Hill's research shows that those who succeed fastest are those who commit to deadlines. They are compelled to act decisively and consistently. Step 4. Create a definite plan and begin at once whether you are ready or not. Waiting for the perfect moment is the enemy of progress. Hill insists on immediate action. Even imperfect plans executed consistently outperform perfect plans that never leave the drawing board. Take the first step today, however small, and refine as you move forward. Action ignites momentum. Step 5. Write a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire, the time limit, and what you intend to give in return. Then read it aloud twice daily. Hill describes this as a ritual that impresses your subconscious mind. Reading it with emotion, belief, and clarity begins to shape your habits and decisions around your goal. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. What you nurture daily begins to grow. Step 6. Visualize and feel yourself already in possession of the money. Hill calls this the emotional counterpart of desire. It's not enough to think about it. You must feel the thrill, the gratitude, and the confidence as if your goal has already been achieved. This emotional engagement transforms passive hope into active expectancy. The mind, when combined with feeling, becomes a magnet for opportunity. These steps are deceptively simple. They don't require secret formulas or hidden talents. Only commitment, clarity, and persistence. And Hill punctuates these steps with real-life examples. Men who started with nothing but a burning desire, who wrote down their goals, took immediate action, and eventually amassed fortunes that seemed impossible at the outset. But Hill warns, the path is not free of challenges. Fear, procrastination, and doubt are constant companions. He calls them the 6 ghosts of fear, including the fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. Every successful individual must recognize these fears, confront them, and refuse to let them dictate actions. The mind is both your greatest ally and your greatest obstacle. Train it, and it becomes an unstoppable force. By mastering these 6 steps and neutralizing fear, you set in motion a process that transforms mere thought into tangible wealth. The formula is simple, but the application demands discipline, persistence, and faith, a combination that Hill shows can turn ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. By now, you've learned the power of desire, faith, and a clear plan. But Hill reminds us that true wealth isn't built by conscious effort alone. Your subconscious mind is the silent engine behind every success story. It is the bridge between thought and reality, the place where your desires, plans, and emotions converge to create action. Hill explains that the subconscious does not reason. It responds to the thoughts most consistently impressed upon it. Positive, focused thoughts attract opportunities, while doubt and fear invite failure. Think of it this way. Your subconscious is like a fertile garden. Every repeated thought is a seed. Tend the garden with faith and visualization, and it yields abundance. Neglect it, or sow seeds of fear and negativity, and you reap obstacles. Hill illustrates this with countless examples, like Henry Ford, whose relentless belief in the feasibility of the automobile transformed an impossible idea into an industrial empire. Ford's conscious thoughts, reinforced by imagination and persistent action, were amplified by the subconscious until success became inevitable. Speaking of imagination, Hill elevates it as the workshop of the mind. It is not merely a creative outlet, it is the engine of innovation and opportunity. Hill distinguishes between 2 types: synthetic imagination, which recombines existing ideas in novel ways, and creative imagination, which taps into inspiration seemingly from beyond yourself. Every invention, every business breakthrough, begins as an idea nurtured in the mind's laboratory. The greatest entrepreneurs of history, Edison, Carnegie, Ford, were masters of imagination, using it to visualize solutions, plan strategies, and foresee market needs before anyone else. But even the most brilliant mind cannot succeed in isolation. That's where the mastermind principle comes into play. Hill discovered that the most successful individuals did not achieve greatness alone. They aligned themselves with a network of like-minded, motivated people. The mastermind is a union of minds, a cooperative alliance where knowledge, energy, and inspiration flow freely. It magnifies your power, exposes you to new ideas, and provides accountability. Hill cites Andrew Carnegie, who attributed much of his empire-building success to the collective wisdom of his team. Hill also stresses the importance of emotional resilience and decisiveness. Fear and procrastination are natural, but indecision is deadly. Many fail not for lack of knowledge or opportunity, but because they cannot commit to a course of action. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if at all. They act decisively, refine their strategies along the way, and persist until the goal is achieved. And here's a fascinating insight. Failure is not the enemy, it is the teacher. Every setback carries the seed of an equivalent advantage. Napoleon Hill tells stories of entrepreneurs who faced bankruptcy, rejection, and ridicule, yet each obstacle became a stepping stone to monumental success. The key is persistence, coupled with the ability to extract lessons and adjust strategies. Every failure is feedback, every difficulty is a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. By now, a clear pattern emerges. Wealth is not random luck. It is a consequence of thought, planning, action, and the intelligent use of the mind's faculties. Desire ignites the journey. Faith sustains it. Imagination and specialized knowledge guide it, and the mastermind accelerates it. Your subconscious mind is the hidden powerhouse that translates intention into reality, and your persistence ensures the journey continues until success manifests. Even the most ambitious minds face a formidable opponent, fear. Napoleon Hill calls it the most powerful barrier to success, identifying 6 major fears that can paralyze even the most talented individuals. The fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. Each fear can quietly sabotage your plans if left unchecked. Hill warns that fear is contagious, often originating from negative influences in your environment, and it thrives in indecision. But the good news? Every fear can be recognized, confronted, and overcome. Fear of poverty is perhaps the most common. It manifests as anxiety over finances, hesitation to invest in oneself, or avoidance of opportunities. Hill explains that this fear keeps people trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, making them unwilling to take calculated risks. The antidote is faith combined with a concrete plan. By defining your goals, taking decisive action, and trusting in your abilities, you replace anxiety with confidence and initiative. Fear of criticism stops countless dreamers from taking bold steps. People worry about what others will think, causing hesitation and self-doubt. Hill reminds us that even the most successful people face criticism. Thomas Edison was ridiculed countless times, yet he persisted, knowing that progress requires courage to act despite what naysayers say. Fear of ill health is often more imagined than real, but it can dominate one's mind and sap energy. Hill emphasizes mental discipline, proper habits, and a positive mental attitude as tools to maintain both physical and mental vitality. Belief in one's ability to overcome challenges is far more powerful than fear of what might go wrong. Fear of loss of love, old age, and death may seem intangible, but they influence decisions in profound ways. Hill explains that emotional attachment, social pressure, and anxiety about the future can cloud judgment. The key is conscious awareness. Recognize the fear, understand its source, and refuse to let it dictate actions. Hill doesn't just warn us about fear, he gives practical steps to conquer it. Visualization, affirmations, persistence, and association with positive, like-minded individuals all build resilience. By facing fears head-on, you convert them into fuel for progress. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every challenge a chance to strengthen resolve. Adversity, Hill explains, is not an enemy, but a catalyst for growth. Many of the most successful people in history were forged in struggle. Henry Ford faced bankruptcy, Abraham Lincoln experienced repeated political defeats, and countless others encountered rejection and failure, but their persistence transformed these trials into stepping stones. Hill teaches that setbacks carry hidden opportunities. The mind trained to seek solutions rather than complain turns obstacles into advantages. He also introduces mental attitudes that distinguish the wealthy from the unsuccessful. A positive mental attitude, combined with definiteness of purpose, creates a mindset that attracts success. Gratitude, optimism, and unwavering focus shape the subconscious mind and magnetize opportunities. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, attract obstacles and prolong struggle. In essence, Hill asserts that what you think, you become. And mastery of the mind is the ultimate tool for success. By understanding fear and transforming adversity into opportunity, you gain control over your destiny. The 6 ghosts of fear lose their power when met with self-confidence, knowledge, and persistent action. Hill's timeless message is clear. Mastery over the mind, coupled with courage, turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. As we arrive at the final lessons of Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill brings all the pieces together: the mental strategies, the emotional mastery, and the practical steps into a blueprint for lasting success. These are not abstract theories. They are actionable principles that, when applied consistently, have transformed ordinary lives into extraordinary achievements. One of the most crucial principles is decision. Hill discovered that successful people reach decisions promptly and change them slowly, if at all. Indecision is a silent killer. It breeds doubt, fear, and missed opportunity. Conversely, decisiveness inspires confidence in your own abilities and attracts support from others. Every action you take toward your goal, no matter how small, builds momentum. Closely tied to decision is persistence, the steadfast commitment to keep moving forward despite setbacks. Hill emphasizes that every failure carries a seed of equivalent advantage, but only those who persist long enough reap it. Think of Thomas Edison, who tested thousands of filaments before perfecting the light bulb. Each failure was feedback, each attempt a stepping stone. Persistence transforms obstacles into opportunities and cements the habit of success. Next, Hill revisits the mastermind principle, highlighting that wealth and achievement are rarely solitary ventures. By aligning yourself with a group of like-minded, motivated individuals, you amplify your knowledge, creativity, and energy. This alliance of minds creates an invisible force, combining ideas, resources, and encouragement in a way that exponentially increases your chances of success. Even legendary figures like Andrew Carnegie attributed the bulk of their achievements to their networks and partnerships. Perhaps most intriguing is Hill's concept of the sixth sense, an intuitive faculty that guides decision-making when all logical analysis has been exhausted. He describes it as a mental hunch, a flash of inspiration, or an inner knowing that often appears after applying all other principles. The sixth sense is not mystical. It is the product of a disciplined mind, rich with experience, knowledge, and clarity of purpose. It enables timely, inspired action that can distinguish extraordinary achievers from the rest. Hill also stresses the importance of sound habits and self-discipline. Success is not merely about financial gain. It is about shaping character, controlling impulses, and aligning daily actions with long-term goals. Wealth and happiness are byproducts of a well-directed life, built on honesty, integrity, and consistent effort. Finally, Hill leaves us with a profound message: your mind is your greatest asset. Every achievement begins with thought. Desire ignites it. Faith fuels it. Imagination shapes it. Persistence sustains it. And the subconscious mind channels it. Fear, indecision, and negative influences are obstacles, but awareness, courage, and disciplined thought overcome them. When applied diligently, these principles create a life of abundance, purpose, and fulfillment. In essence, Think and Grow Rich is not just a financial guide. It is a manual for personal transformation. It teaches that anyone, regardless of background, circumstance, or resources, can create wealth and success through mastery of the mind, clarity of purpose, and relentless action. Every reader is invited to take control of their thoughts, cultivate unwavering desire, and step boldly into a future they have consciously designed. As you close the book, or in this case, this audio journey, remember this: riches begin in the mind, but they manifest in action. The ideas you embrace, the fears you conquer, and the steps you take today will shape your destiny tomorrow. Think deeply, act decisively, persist relentlessly, and grow rich, not just in money, but in life itself. Thanks for watching. If this summary helped you, drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts about money. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who wants to take control of their money. See you in the next video.